in short order, fairly soon in your work, in this kind of way of being and becoming, you'll notice that you're going through this before you even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bang, happening. You're not looking for it. There you are, you're in it, like Linda was saying, just driven, and you go through the sequence without a fundamental necessity to push something painful about yourself away.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not quite clear what you mean by transcend it in place.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you mean by that, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll clarify that. Even the word transcend is confusing. It's kind of paradoxical,
It is.
isn't it? So this is a paradox. The transcendence is the primary place in your being that is actually not affected in the same way any longer. So it's really, and here is the paradox. We're going to talk a bit more about the paradox as we go along through the rest of the day, because the awakening itself is a paradox. Go figure. Your absolute, untouchable, immutable, unmanipulatable consciousness, and yet you are also this very finite, limited mortal being with all your faults and ego and personality. It's similar in the transcendence of the issue. It's the effects of the issue that gets transcended or transmuted in a way. You know, it's shifted, it's changed. And so you have a different relationship to it. So this is going to be a key place through the guided meditation that I want you to bring attention and energy to when we get to that place in the meditation, as I guide you into feeling not only the issue and how the body is feeling, bringing attention there, feeling the energetics, feeling the emotional component that might arise, but simultaneously tap into that other presence that might not even be at all affected by this other thing that's going on in the body-mind. The mind may be thinking thoughts, that's okay, that's what the mind does. The body's feeling feelings, but what is that other place in your being that is registering the event and not touched by any of the other stuff that's going on within the organism itself? That's the piece of the transcendence. That is your conscious nature. That is your presence that comes in strongly as you bring more awareness to the simultaneity. All of the things, all the pieces existing and coexisting simultaneously. And again, it's paradoxical. It may feel very confusing as you bring attention there, trying to access that. And if you're trying, then I encourage you to notice the trying and relax even in that. Because there's really no wrong way to do the process. Absolutely no wrong way. If your mind is going like crazy and you can't even access the issue, that's okay too. Be with that. Be with the frustration. Notice how the body is reacting to that frustration. That right there will start to drop you deeper into all of the aspects of who you are. So thank you, Jude, for asking me.
Sorry, it's the addition of in place that I don't see the necessity of.
In place means the issue is still there. In place means...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't gone someplace else.
Yeah. You're still seeing the issue.
Of
You're
course,
still feeling
yes.
the effects of the
yes,
issue.
yes.
In some manner.
Yeah, but in another place.
But it doesn't have
yes,
this kind
it
of
doesn't
control.
Have, right, okay.
It has lost its control over you.
Yeah.
You are now able to stand much more
I
confidently, even in the place of seeing it and feeling it and being
Okay.
it and living all of
Okay.
that.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the question, because it is confusing, that word.
Slightly.
Yeah. Is that clear?
So you're locating in that part of you which isn't affected.
I'm sorry?
Number 5 again, transcend. You're locating yourself in the place that isn't affected.
Yeah, well, you'll see over, as hopefully through this guided meditation, there might be a subtle shift of the effect of how that issue has controlled you in some way, through recognizing or feeling into the other aspects of your totality, hence the presence, the conscious nature that you are, that we all are, that consciousness itself, the place that cannot be changed, and doesn't really care about the issue. You know, it's, I like to kind of, a simple way to describe it is there's almost a neutrality feeling sense, even in the midst of dealing with the issues. There's a place where all of a sudden, if you notice, you go, oh, there's something that just doesn't even really care. You know, that's just holding the space for this, or maybe even just watching it or witnessing. You've heard that phrase, witness awakening. Well, the witness is consciousness that's observing the show, observing what is happening in each and every moment. That's the piece where hopefully this meditation can just start to crack open maybe a little bit of that awareness in you. And if not, that's okay too. Again, you can't do this process wrong. It's really a way of dropping deeper into noticing, recognizing, and embodying all the aspects of who we are. Is that clear? Any other questions?
Let me just add to that. A lot of teachings about the witness are fairly dissociative.
Exactly.
You know, they're wanting you to get away
Yeah.
from, or to recognize that you are already at a great distance. These things are on the periphery and they don't really matter. It's just a story, it's an illusion, etc. And so what we mean is, paradoxically, one of my friends once said, it's kind of like a warm indifference. And an immediate freedom. So you're in it and you're still feeling it, but you're related differently. And I love that chokehold thing. One of my teachers once said, it's as if with these issues you're choking yourself with a third hand. And you have no idea where the musculature is or how to control it. And this process, what it does, the transcending in place, is not like, let's imagine this is, say, anger, a good one. Oh, I'm so angry. And this process, what winds up happening is, at least in the early stages, because there are further transformations over time, there's an evolution, but at the beginning, what Linda means is that instead of the anger being banished, and you going off into some glorious free place, or wow, it's just so far away, it hardly even exists out there, it's more like it's just like this. So you're present right there with it, but it hasn't gone away, and you haven't gone anywhere. That's the meaning of in place.
Would it be a bit like Ram Dass used to say, we all have neuroses and problems and everything, but then there gets to a point where you befriend them and you invite them for a cup of tea and you say, oh, hello neurosis, how are you doing today? Sort of kind of friendly, kind of...
Yes.
Instead of them being like this great big neurosis out there,
Yes.
there's you and a little neurosis that you're inviting in for tea, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is it something similar to that?
Well, it's certainly a similar disposition, that there's a friendliness, and you see the more you develop confidence in your beingness, on the other page there, the less the ego activities define you strictly, and the more able you are to be with it all, and you develop a kind of curiosity, almost like scientific, like, what the hell is this? Okay. It's not fun, but I'm in it, so what's it all about? So let's go ahead and move into the actual exercise, and we'll give you guys some time to talk about it afterward, and then we'll